ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। आज्ञा पे काल की तबे चलायो पंथ, सब सिखण को हुक्म है गुरु मान्यो ग्रंथ। गुरु ग्रंथ जी मान्यो परगट गुरां की दे, जो प्रभ को मिल बोच है खोज शब्द मैले। राज करेगा खालसा आकी रे ना कोय, ख्वार होए सब मिलेंगे बचे शरण जो होए। Every day after Ardas, we read the Dohra. We recite this hukamnama of our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. This Dohra reminds every Sikh the supremacy of the concept of Guru Granth, the Guru Panth. The concept was initiated by the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and the ideas were born from the concepts of Sangat and Gurbani, a concept that is fundamental to the institution of Sarbat Khalsa. Puja Akal ki, Parcha Shabad ka, Didar Khalse ka. Let's look at how the Khalsa Panth is doing today. 36 years after the genocide of 1984, and some are still asking for a UN commission. Some ask for Khalistan, and some are dead against it. Some don't know how to address the issues of female infanticide, drug abuse, poor education in Sikh institutions, and what our stance should be on Black Lives Matter because it doesn't apply to us. We as a community have been bogged down in trivial matters of what to eat and what not to eat, or what to read and what not to read. We're going from issue to issue, but we've forgotten who we are as a people. How have we historically solved these issues in an effective way? My hope is to shed some light on this in the next few minutes. Regardless of where we stand on the different issues, at the end of the day, every single one of us will bow down to Guru Granth Sahib Ji with genuine awe and respect. Guru Sahib says, "Apan hathi apna, ape hi kaj savariye." Guru Sahib blessed us with the institution of the Sarbat Khalsa. It consists of two words, Sarbat, meaning the entire, and Khalsa, meaning the Khalsa Panth. Sarbat Khalsa is called by the Khalsa Panth to come together, bring the different issues that are important to the Panth, take guidance from Guru Granth Sahib Ji, discuss them publicly to understand everyone's viewpoints, and then arrive at decisions. The decisions made by the collective are called Gurmatas, because the resolutions are made by taking the Guru's mat, and in the presence of the Panch Pyare. These decisions on behalf of the entire Khalsa Panth, the process is outlined is very straightforward. When Sarbat Khalsa is called, the process starts with an Ardas. First, the Panth chooses the Panch Pyare. Their role is to act as arbitrators and intervene for disputes that may arise in the assembly between different groups. The members of the Panth put together proposals for discussions that are duly deliberated. Finally, after there's agreement, resolutions or gurmatas are passed by the collective that are to be adopted by the entire Khalsa Panth. Comparing the Sarbat Khalsa to other forms of governance is challenging because this institution is not a dictatorship, nor is it a democracy. Sarbat Khalsa was established for the Panth to come together as a deliberate assembly under one Nishan Sahib and take decisions through a collaborative process. The Khalsa Panth collectively makes a choice from the alternatives that are presented before them. We have over 300 years of history that demonstrates that, starting with the very first Sarbat Khalsa that was called by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1708, to the one in 1723 that was called to resolve the conflict between the Bindei Sikhs and the Tat Khalsa, to the one in 1733 when Sardar Kapoor Singh was ordered to take the Nawabi on behalf of the Khalsa Panth, or the ones held in the late 1740s to reorganize Sikh Jathas into missals. Each had a very definite purpose and led to a Gurmata that defined the path forward for Sikhs. The attendees of Sarbat Khalsa may have been from different missals, may have had many differences in opinion, and indeed different maryadas. But when they collected as a Sarbat Khalsa, they pledged to forgo their differences and unite and come to consensus on matters of great importance to the Panth. If I reflect on the two most recent Sarbat Khalsas, one in 1986 and then another one in November 2015, both were held to address very important issues that the Panth was facing. The one in 1986 was when the Panth was struggling after the Third Kalukara in 1984. We had witnessed the Battle of Amritsar, where thousands had been slaughtered, and then the genocide of Sikh men, women, and children in November of 1984, where the streets of major cities of India, including its capital, Delhi, were colored red in blood. And then the last one, in 2015, was held to address a range of issues, including the Bedvi of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the question of Sikh political prisoners who have been locked up since 1984 and been forgotten by the masses, and the erosion of Sikh institutions such as the Akal Takht and Jathedars because of political interference. The difference I feel today as compared to the 18th century is that there's a lack of understanding on how important the process was, not enough consensus building, hijacking of the agenda by some groups, and a lack of adoption of the Gurmatas by the Sikh community as a whole. So then, the natural question to ask is, has the institution outlived its life? Is it relevant anymore? I believe it is relevant, as relevant as it was in the 18th century. So, what do we need to do in order to revive it? First is to lay out the structure clearly. What is the vision, the guiding principles, the areas of focus? What protocols and procedures need to be adopted so that everyone's voice is heard equally? Who are the individuals to lead the work? Which groups and organizations need to be invited and involved? Where or what is the appropriate venue? With the Khalsa Panth so geographically distributed, how do you create a system that can organically bubble up the issues of importance to the Qawm, and then have thought leaders create enough awareness of alternative viewpoints in a meaningful way? The second is to train the community on the process. We need to conduct model Sarbat Khalsa workshops so that people become accustomed to the guidelines that have been set and understand their responsibilities. We have to provide the appropriate education resources, online, individually, in groups, in gurdwaras, outside gurdwaras, in print, in videos. Make a concerted effort to educate. Having a global infrastructure that ties together websites, social media, teleconferencing, Zoom, and allows the community to come together and do this in a meaningful, constructive way is very important. This is the greatest need of the hour. If COVID-19 has taught us anything, it is that our spirit is indomitable and we find ways of leading an inspired life even with all the lockdowns and limitations. We live in the 21st century. It's about time we use our technology for furthering the purpose of unity in the Khalsa Panth. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Good job.